Okay. The big deal of the day is the shooting of Patrick Leola. Videos show the fatal shooting of a Michigan man after a struggle during a traffic stop. Now, I would like to shout out a thought warrior that put this on my radar earlier this week and told me that Wednesday there would be a video that would be coming out that might end in some very, very aggressive demonstrations over there in Michigan. It's in Grand Rapids is where this happened. I saw the video, and after I saw the video, after it came out on Wednesday, I was like, you are right. This is going to be one that is a big deal. Ben Crump is already involved. So police in Grand Rapids, Michigan on Wednesday released several videos of an officer's encounter with Patrick Leola earlier this month, including two that show the fatal shot during a struggle after a traffic stop. Rachel, did you watch these videos?
I watched it, but I didn't mean to watch it. Yes. Do you want me?
So what the video shows is just after 8 p.m. Central on April 4th, a police officer pulled over a vehicle for improper registration, authorities said. Leola, who was driving, got out to talk to the officer. The videos include approximately 2 minutes and 40 seconds of interaction, which begins with the officer walking towards the car. Leola is seen exiting the car and is instructed to get back into the car. Dude, I'm stopping you. Do you have a license? Do you have a license? For what? I'm stopping you. Do you have a license? Do you have a driver's license? Do you speak English? He then shuts the door. Leola confirms that he speaks English and says his license is in the car. He opens the driver's side front door and he speaks to an unidentified passenger in the car. He then shuts the door, turns his back to the officer, and appears to walk towards the front of the car. No, stop, the officer is heard saying, and puts his hand on Leola's shoulder and back before tackling him to the ground. The video shows Leola getting up and standing, the officer drawing and then deploying a taser. The taser was deployed twice during the confrontation, but the prongs didn't hit. Let go of the taser, the officer says. At this point, the body cam is deactivated. The two continue to wrestle on the front lawn of an unidentified residence. Roughly 90 seconds later, the officer is heard yelling, "Let go of the taser," followed by "Drop the taser." The video taken from the distance, less than 3 seconds later, the officer is heard shooting Leola. According to audio from the video, the cell phone video also shows the fatal shot. Leola was shot in the head, the chief said. Should be noted, this according to Ben Crump, that Patrick never used violence against the officer, even though the officer used violence against him in several incidences for what was a misdemeanor traffic stop. I am sorry to have gone through that detail by detail breakdown for you guys, but we are not going to play the video for our video viewers here. We are not going to do that. So it's important that you guys saw exactly what was going on. If that was a little clumsy, it's because it's been a rough week and I am livid. Like I'm all fucked up. I shouldn't have watched the video either. Rachel, what are your thoughts?
I mean, it's tough. It's tough because, when we started this podcast, it seemed like every week we were talking about someone being killed at the hands of police, someone of color. And then we stopped because it was becoming too much and it was becoming so heavy. Didn't mean that we stopped paying attention to what was happening, because the killing definitely didn't stop. We stopped talking about it on this podcast and lighting things up. When I saw this story, a part of me didn't even want to talk about it on the podcast because it is so heavy and it is triggering and it is a reminder that things are not changing in this country. But we have to do it because Leola can't do it. We have to do it to speak on behalf of his family and everyone who's directly impacted by what happened, but then all of us who saw it. And it's just a reminder of what we represent in this country. And it's also a reminder as all these things that are happening in these legislations, and as you pointed out, which some people kind of came on to you about when you talked about the nomination of Ketanji Brown Jackson, but you said, but don't forget, don't keep your foot off the pedal. It's these type of reminders where it's like, this is why you can't take your foot off the gas because it's still happening. And when we can't pass legislation and get on the same page to protect people of color from the police, when we talk about defunding the police, this is what we're talking about. It's not a politicized thing. It's about protection. It's about safety, feeling like you can walk in the streets, feeling like you can be pulled over for something and not think that it's going to end in death. This is what we're talking about. And this is why we have to bring this to the attention of our thought warriors and the podcast community, because it's still happening. And I think that is the feeling when I saw it. And like I said, I didn't mean to watch it. I don't think I realized what I was going to see. It was almost unbelievable. And I had to watch it again because I was like, did I just really see it the way that I think I saw it? Did it really just play out that way? It was unreal because it was an execution. That's what he did. He executed him. And the police officer executed Lyoya. It took my breath away. It was gut wrenching. It was gut wrenching. So that's all I can say.